My name is Awam Amkpa. I'm a cultural theorist at NYU. I curate films, visual and performing arts, and so on. Blackout is a remarkable film. What it did so brilliantly is bring to the forefront the kind of existential problems of African countries that are resource-rich, but there is structural poverty.
Sans lumière, qu'est-ce qu'il peut faire? Et comment faire la préparation sans lumière?
The state cannot actually run its infrastructure. There's regular blackout, yet there's a certain stubborn resilience amongst these young people who know by looking for street lights, they can get that education. If they can pass that exam, it can give them a future that has a little promise of being better.
Je vais partir par n'importe quel moyen, je vais étudier quand même pour venir face à ma famille. Parce que maintenant, sauf moi seulement qui peut venir au secours de ma famille.
Because of the long checkered history of Guinea, is a very, very, very important watershed location where people congregated for the act of refusal to accept colonization and segregation, etc. So this is a film that actually connects that generation to its past.
Aller à l'étranger chercher des instruments, venir. Mais pourquoi il y a des compagnies qui quittent l'extérieur pour venir ici? Le fait que de venir ici d'exploiter nos ressources.
It's a story where the resources we have are taken by people elsewhere. The continent is very, very resource rich in terms of minerals, in terms of natural resources, the key ingredient of all our cell phones and computers. So we're all implicated in all the luxuries and all the technologies that makes the developed world developed. So you begin to ask yourself, what's going on? All the resources are there. Things should be working. They're not working. But those people are not faced by it. And I think that contradiction is the energy of the film, is the energy of people who refuse to accept things as they are.
Moi, je n'ai pas voyagé, mais des fois, si on voit les avions descendre ou partir, nous aussi, on va dire, on souhaite d'aller là où les gens la vont.
It looks like a local story, but it's a global story. People in small communities in the United States, in every metropolitan center, will recognize the issue so quickly. You go to the schools, you've never met the most brilliant people. You know, if only they have a quarter of what is given to kids elsewhere, you see that promise and resilience on the faces of those kids. It's almost like a prism with which to look at ourselves and our communities here through what's happening in faraway Guinea.
Le bonheur ne descend jamais du ciel. On prie le ciel, mais le ciel te dira, lève-toi et va à la recherche.
La vie, c'est l'espoir.
The desperation with which they want to get that baccalaureate exam, with which they're studying, or even the desperation with which their teachers teach them, kind of tells you that they want to not allow this continue. And that's what makes the film a very lovely way of visiting a very dreary subject. The film is not patronizing. It's not another NGO story it's not poverty porn. It's really about people looking for different ingredients with which they can transform themselves. Africa will not go away. It will not shut down because of what history has done to it. It's saying that there are other histories coming from below. These kids know that the light that's given to them is not the light they're looking for. So even when power shows up and they go study under that light, it's not about that moment of illumination. It's about what they're reading with the light, the kind of doors it unlocks, the kind of keys it puts in their pockets and their hands, so that they can have access to knowledge about themselves, their environment, and the world.